and come check y'all out.
Well, we're here. One of my favorite places. Conversation with one of the greats and what this audience said. I'm Shane Raines. I'll talk with him.
So, fall transit.
Ticket. Hopefully this goes on a replica out of that 20.
Welcome to your live coverage.
At 8 pounds with the current right up there.
See how it shakes out? That's it.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Dog Talk West Virginia. I'm your host, Shane Raines, and of course, we bring you everything bass fishing in and around West Virginia. And tonight we have an exciting episode. We're having some updates on the software that I use, so we're working through some of that, but we're going to try to bring you a wonderful unscripted live episode with Lyle Atkins, part of the Trail of Dreams Tournament Series team, to kind of go over everything they have coming up. A lot of people have been asking questions. You saw their live video just the other day, letting you know a little bit of what's going on. So we're going to dive into that tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about the trail, future of the trail, and just kind of, like I said, unscripted. We're going to talk about what everything they have to offer coming up. So very exciting episode. Before we get going, just kind of want to fill you in just on a couple things. First off, the giveaway. Of course, you know that's coming up soon. Once we hit 2,000 likes on the page, Elevation Sports is throwing up 6 hog trough and t-shirt combos. Of course, Bass Nation of West Virginia, Ken Hackworth, just got me those hats that he said he was going to donate. Also, some pretty sweet stickers also. And, of course, JT's Custom Jigs. He is putting together a wonderful package for the giveaway as well. And we'll make sure we highlight those soon. And, of course, my buddy Dwight Walls over at Ridge Runner Rods, putting together a 7-foot medium heavy, I believe, spinning or casting rod for the winter. So very exciting. A lot of exciting things to come as well. But, of course, part of that giveaway, you know, we got a pretty sweet spot trace unit for somebody. Rod holder, sweet camo, soft shell. So things are going to grow. Got a few things still to add to that. So just stay tuned for that post very, very, very soon. But we're not going to drag us on. Like I said, what we're trying to do from now on the weekends is just to bring you a live, unscripted episode with someone, with a trail, with an angler, just to kind of talk fishing. That's what we all do as anglers and as buddies on the water, is just talk fishing. So that's what we're doing tonight. And he is standing by. Let me go ahead and pull up just a couple things here, and we will bring him on. All right. And we are going to bring on Mr. Lyle Atkins, part of the Trail of Dreams Tournament Series team moving forward. And let's see if we can bring him in. Lyle, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Shane, how are you doing, man?
Man, doing well, brother. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us this evening. Just kind of talk a little bit about the Trail of Dreams Tournament Series and moving forward. So we appreciate your time.
You know, you and I know each other well, and I know most of these guys watching well. And I've done countless interviews, not only for Trail of Dreams, but for other various things, MC'd. And when, I was on your very first show, at the very beginning, you said, hey, man, I'm going to do this. I was like, dude, that's awesome. And Trail of Dreams myself was it. But when I was watching your intro, for the first time, probably if people know me, I got a little nervous. I mean, you've come a long way. And then when you were talking, I'm like, why are you nervous? Because people know me, know I can chat. But, I don't know if it's the legacy it's been left to us with Trail of Dreams, or, just that you do such a professional job and this is a whole other media level. But, I'm sitting here looking at what I feel is one of the best or the biggest tournament trail series in the tri-state area, not because of myself, but because of our founder Bob left to us. And as much as I've got confidence in our team, it's kind of nervous a little bit to think, hey, this was a real deal. It starts right here, starting this year, Trail of Dreams tournament series.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, man. And I was going to get it a little bit into that, but let's think back. And a lot more history of the trail and kind of how it started and as things grew through the years. But kind of looking back, I mean, I know first and foremost, and for everyone, we've seen the questions being tossed around of what's going to happen with the trail. But first and foremost, I think there's no one out there that wouldn't be able to recognize the amount of work that Bob and Vickie and everyone involved over the years did to make what the trail is today.
Bob, I'm sorry.
No, just if you want to elaborate just a little bit, because, we definitely owe him, obviously, all the respect and, credit for the amount of work, as much as he really wasn't into accepting a lot of the credit for that work. He liked to kind of fly behind the scenes, and that's a product that he offered. But, man, just give us just a little piece of what amount of work they's put in to grow what it is today.
With that being said, you said Bob didn't want to take a lot of credit for things. Bob, several years ago, it was kind of a running joke between him and I. He would always say, "Now listen, when I die, I don't want no Bob Burgess Memorial Tournament." And I'd always say, "Well, don't worry about it. We're going to have a Lyle Atkins make some money tournament." That was just a running joke between us. But in all seriousness, he didn't want to be recognized for his accomplishments. He didn't think he was anyone. But if you look back, he had a long line of accomplishments as an angler with the Federation, Bass Nation, early years. He did, he was tournament director for them. Did kids casting. That was a big thing back in the day. Was very active, in all aspects of bass fishing in West Virginia. He started having weekday tournaments, and I'm looking here at my computer screen, make sure I get some of the dates right, so I was looking away. Early on, back in the 90s, and in about 94, he turned it into a tournament series and started out just him and Vickie and 10 or 15 guys, and grew from there to what Trail of Dreams is today.
Well, yeah, and it's got to start somewhere, and look where it is today. I know that's funny you bring up the interview a little over a year and a half ago, and if none of you got the opportunity to watch that, man, I was actually going to pull up that video and cut out a little clip so we could laugh about it a little bit here live. But if you didn't get to see it, go back and watch. Things have definitely come a long ways. Equipment, audio's a lot better, and we don't have a dog barking in the background.
It's not finished yet.
Well, what's real?
I'm in my office, which is on the second floor, and door shut, and trying to entertain the dog in a faraway place.
And what's funny for the ones at home that never got to see that, you have to go back, because, man, we dove into everything. I think you and I both learned, especially me, was, man, you can stretch out a small interview to an hour and a half before you know it, and we'll wear someone out. Our attention span is extremely short compared to that first interview, even though we went into everything, which was really awesome. But yeah, go back, watch that. I was so tuned in and nervous myself about that interview that I didn't even notice a dog barking in the background until he mentioned it. So we've had a heck of a laugh about that for sure.
Yeah, that's classic.
But man, for everyone,
that same dog was featured on Bassmaster's Instagram page. Got shared, got like 100,000 likes or whatever. She was sitting up in the bed watching Elite Series angler Jeremy Starks at Douglas, and she knew Jeremy and she recognized. She watches TV, but when he was like, "Dude, do you really think?" She thought she knew that was me. I said, "No, man." She thought it was Kelsey Grammer. That's her favorite show, Frazier. So anyway, little short story there about the dog.
Oh, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. Well, man, let's talk a little bit about the trail. I know you all threw out that live video. You had the entire team that will be working together, minus just a couple of the tech guys, Robbie and Robbie Hendricks. But
Robbie and Robbie are a big part of Trail of Dreams. They'd probably be there in September.
But give us just a little recap on what you all kind of threw out there in your live. I know we're sharing this over on the Trail of Dreams Facebook page, so make sure you're tuning in. But give everybody just a little update on what you all discussed during that live, and we'll kind of build off of that. And anyone watching at home while we go through this, make sure you ask a question if you have any. Comment. I'm following along. So we can ask Lyle any question you may have tonight and try to get them answered. But yeah, man, give us a little rundown on what the video was earlier in the week.
Well, first of all, we promised to do better than our video, but the one thing we pledged to everyone and ourselves, and Tony Keller and I have discussed it in depth. We're gonna make things fun. We're gonna have fun bringing you a good tournament trail. The tournament in September the 19th at Summersville Lake is a couple folds. First of all, Bob's wishes was to never have a memorial tournament. So we're going to celebrate Bob and Vickie's accomplishments in their life. They both passed away, and Bob passed away at a time when people wasn't really able to go out and share their respect. Although we had a very large gathering at the graveyard, and we appreciate that. But, we're going to just celebrate, take a few minutes. But we want to prove to the anglers that we can get the job done. The Trail of Dreams, next generation, the future can bring it as good as we've always brought it. This is our way to prove to you. Every angler, every co-angler, every boater gets a free shirt. That's why it's important to get your entries in before August 22nd so we can guarantee your shirt size. We're going to have a cookout. Everybody wins something, some type of prize in addition to the shirts that we're giving. But September the 19th is the day we're going to, bring Trail of Dreams Next Generation back to life.
Well, yeah, and you commented on it earlier. And I can only imagine knowing, and we use legacy a lot, but knowing the legacy Bob is leaving behind for the amount of work he's done in the tournament community, especially for West Virginia, I can only imagine the pressure that you do feel as far as here we got a new team of folks that's going to continue on with Trail of Dreams. Obviously, we all pretty much know you that's fished any Trail of Dreams tournament, and along with the rest of the team with Tony and of course Corey and Jay and Jeff. So we're familiar with all of you all, but it's definitely has to be a little intimidating, a little bit, like you said, kind of moving forward.
It is, and that's why I think I got a little bit nervous. I realized, when we were up here at the garage, pulled the trailer out, it was us guys. But now I'm here speaking officially with you representing Trail of Dreams. And yeah, it's a little bit nerve wracking. The comforting things is we do have a great team of people, and I'm helping, my best friend and one of my best friends leave. Well, they're all my friends, but Tony and I have been close and grew close over the years. We think we can put out a product that everybody will enjoy. And our goal is to, bring it. That's what we keep telling each other. We spent a lot of time in the boat discussing the future of Trail of Dreams.
Well, and as we all know, times are changing as far as within the tournament community, as far as how we have to run tournaments. We can look at COVID situation going on this year and just how it's constantly changing. We started out not being able to have a tournament, then you could have a tournament. Now we're seeing mask or face coverings are being required now statewide. So this is an ongoing changing situation. So we know that a lot can change, a lot's going to change, and you almost have to adapt with change to kind of stay on top and offer a great product. And Trail of Dreams has always been that, in my opinion. That's not knocking any other trail organization that offers a tournament or a product in or around our state. But Trail of Dreams Tournament Series has always been that one no membership required open tournament series, offering up a wonderful product at just a top-notch level, always taking care of the fish, and that's definitely something to be proud of moving forward. But like you said, you know that times change. We got a new whole team of folks with you all stepping up to continue on and build on what Bob has offered over the years, and here we are. Give me just your little bit of your take. And it could be a personal take because you're an angler first, but now stepping into the role that you're in now, part of the team for Trail of Dreams Tournament Series. Where do you see tournament fishing going from here?
Well, tournament fishing, and especially me, I'm a little bit older than you and older than maybe a lot of these guys. I hate to think I'm one of the old school guys, but I guess I'm getting there. Tournament fishing has changed so much since I've been involved. And like you said, at Trail of Dreams, we've never been afraid to change. We're going to continue to change. And when I say change, we'll continue to get better. If it doesn't work, we'll go back. That was the thing with Bob. Even Bob knew that in order to draw new anglers, you had to have a new product and continuously be on top of our game. The way you stay at the top is you continue to change. Now, if the COVID would get worse, we're planning on to continue on with tournaments in whatever style or format they may need to be. These guys, you missed out if you didn't get out and fish. You brought us the internet-based tournament, and for the guys that didn't fish it, you missed out on some exciting fun. I was there. It added a whole new twist, and I was excited. Tony and I fished it, had a nice bag, what we thought was a nice bag of fish, but the excitement for us was we had to run somewhere that had phone service. So whether we have one angler or 100 anglers, we're going to do what it takes to bring a tournament and keep guys fishing. Yeah, we're not going to be afraid to change. And, you've heard it. You've heard a lot of the comments. If you don't, if that's not your style, then we'll accommodate as soon as we can. Now, as far as regular tournament series go, we've got some products and some new and some old and some recently added things that we're going to revamp.
Well, and there's you all, like you said in your video, you all have your own ideas, and you're building off on Bob's wishes for what he dreamed, which is so fitting, Trail of Dreams, but what he's always dreamed to offer for our anglers in and around West Virginia, and of course the tri-state area, because there's a ton of anglers that come in from out of state to fish Trail of Dreams Tournament Series events, and they do.
Yeah, it's unreal at the amount of people, and when I say that, where you miss out on as an angler, we tend to fall in our own little cliques. You go to every tournament, just like myself. I fish 2 days and I talk to the same people pretty much every day. But when you look around, there's a parking lot full. But with Trail of Dreams, we have a whole different field group of guys at, say, Summersville than Yatesville. So all of a sudden 200 became 400. But our numbers, as far as participants is way up there.
Well, yeah. And I don't want anybody to think that, man, listen, if somebody's not interested in a CPR tournament or a 3-fish limit tournament or a big bass tournament or whatever the case is at that time for an event being offered, there's no harm, no foul. But in my personal opinion, and I hope a lot of people can kind of chime in and tell me what you all think. Give us a little feedback, comment below. But are we all set for the 5-fish traditional style tournament for weight? And it can still be a weight tournament to offer something different and new and exciting. It feels like we always get in that same routine. And I know we all want to hold up 5 big bass, but would you at home like to see a big bass tournament? Would you at home like to see a CPR style tournament? I know we all favor that. I know it changes a lot from what's typically offered, and it's different, and technology is different. So drop a comment, let us know kind of what you all think. But we have a question for you, Lyle, straight from Bass Nation of West Virginia President Ken Hackworth. And his question is, because first and foremost, like you said, this all needs to be fun. We fish, we compete because we love to do it. So we always want to have fun here on Doc Talk too. But what do you eat while you're fishing? Or maybe what do you not eat while you're fishing?
Well, I can say this. I guess my menu of items that I eat has greatly improved, although they can improve a lot more. But I'm a firm believer, that you need to keep yourself well fed by fishing. And I always say, people say a hungry dog hunts harder, and I say if you starve to death, you can't hunt at all. And everyone can tell by my size I've continued to eat. But that's a good question, Ken. And I know where that joke's coming from, and I appreciate Ken. Ken is doing a lot, and as far as bass fishing goes, he's the man. We got the utmost respect for him and the board, and we hope to work with them in any way we can. And and that's the trail that I'll be fishing next year. And Tony, neither one of us is going to fish Trail of Dreams ever again. Not that we don't want to, but we feel like in order to bring you the best product, the best tournaments, we just can't fish.
Well, man, and that's crazy you bring that up, because that is something that I'm sure there's someone out there that isn't a fan of a tournament director fishing or a tournament director judging fish if it's a kayak tournament. But the fact of it is that it takes, and for most trails and organizations, it's volunteer based a lot of times. Folks stepping up, offering up their time to volunteer to help run a trail or an organization. So, and for some, that's a concern. For me, it's always one of those things where it's, hey, if I don't have the time to do it and someone does, kudos to them, more respect than I could ever explain and offer to them. For the amount of work that they're putting in to offer a wonderful product and a tournament. But that does mean a lot to step up and say, listen, we're not going to fish another trail tournament ever again. We're going to offer you up a wonderful product. And that's got to be a little bit hard as an angler first for you, even though you know that might be the best decision. But that's a tough decision to make and set out for what you've, worked hard, part of the rest of the team to grow on, but also kind of giving up that experience of a Trail of Dreams tournament experience.
Yeah, I mean, we discussed that in depth. We've not defined any roles yet. You know, whether we'll be a tournament committee or co-tournament directors, or it'll be Tony or myself. Uh, we've not made that decision. I mean, we're not going to keep anything a secret. Everybody will know going into the next season. Right now, we want to celebrate Bob and Vickie and get this tournament, give the guys the best tournament experience they can, and show them we can bring it. We have our act together. We're just not prepared to present 2021 yet.
Well, yeah, and it's still definitely early.
Yeah, with that said, we both feel that we're so heavily involved that neither one of us can fish and do the anglers justice. Now, our staff, these guys are anglers that help out, and we appreciate it. And they're more than helpers, but yet they're not in the decision making if it comes to something in a tournament capacity, as far as have to make the hard decisions. They're not involved in any of that. And I think it'd be hard pressed to find any organization who doesn't have anglers helping them in locals markets.
Yeah, I 100% got to agree. Well, we both know, and we'll kind of get to that, a little bit of that in a minute, because I do want to pick your brain, personal feelings, and from somebody involved in a trail. And we got a lot of folks that watch a lot of these episodes that have a part in those roles, but we'll get to that in just a second. But if you're just joining us, we've got Lyle Atkins, part of the Trail of Dreams Tournament Series team, on tonight live to kind of discuss Trail of Dreams and future events, and especially the event coming up here in September. Lyle, if you want to give folks just a quick little rundown, I'll throw up the flyer for the event in September. I know you've hit on it already. But let's throw this up here, and if you want to kind of talk a little bit about that event to celebrate Bob and Vickie, because this is not a memorial tournament, and like you said, won't ever be. But give us a little rundown on the September event coming up on the 19th.
Trail of Dreams Tournament Series presented by Freedom Outdoors. We've partnered with J.D. Enterprises, Jason Hanna, Rodney Loftus and Son. Rodney, you guys know him. Brent Tyre, Bass Pro Cabela's is back, and our good friend Mark's Drilling has stepped up and wanted to get involved, and is helping out a lot and helping us to bring all these people combined, or helping us to bring you guys one of the best tournaments this year. It's been everyone knows this year's been not quite the year we would hoped for, but hopefully this will breathe a little bit of fresh air back into all of us and get us back into the fishing mood going into next season. Every angler gets a free shirt. Every angler is going to win something in addition to the free shirt. We need the entries. It's a 100 boat field. We may or may not have 102 or 103. And the reason of that is because paying early, there's always someone that can't make it. And we want the field to be at least 100 boats. It won't be any more than 103. But we'll take a couple extras in case someone can't make it. Then it'll have a full field. We have no problem refunding your money if you can't make it. I want that to be said right off from the start. We're going to have a cookout. Everybody gets fed. Everybody gets a prize. And like I said, at Trail of Dreams, we're not afraid to put out a new product. So since we're having a short year, we're still going to throw this out there. If you are Rookie of the Year is a team that has never fished a Trail of Dreams event. And you may see this on a regular basis. If you've never fished a Trail of Dreams event, the highest finishing rookie team will receive a trophy worth putting on your mantle and free entry into next year's regular season event. But, we encourage everybody. We have a stack of entries. We're going to start releasing boat numbers. The entries you'll blast off in order of entry. I'm not going to say how many. I'm going to tell you we got a bunch. And if guys seen people handing them to me and we've got them in the mail, we'll start announcing boat numbers maybe the latter part of next week before the Trail of Dreams team takes their little annual trip.
Well, yeah, and You and I fished a tournament yesterday. I didn't make the Bass Nation Open today, but I saw numerous folks coming up to you, paying their entry, going ahead and get their entry in for this tournament. It's definitely going to be a huge tournament and a fun tournament, and a lot offered to the anglers. I know you've said, listen, probably the most offered in Trail of Dreams tournament for a long time, as far as, of course, this is all about celebrating Bob and Vickie and everything they've worked so hard to provide for us over the years. And you see a lot of wonderful sponsors that stepped up to make this an awesome event. But, man, there's going to be food, prizes, T-shirt. And I'm going to throw up his T-shirt picture for everybody if you didn't get a chance to see it yet. But that's the Trail of Dreams shirt that has been designed. And, man, I got to say, that thing is sweet. You definitely want to get in on this tournament so you can get a shirt. But you all are selling these also, correct?
Correct. If you just want to buy a shirt, it's $10. We just need your size and your check. We're going to pre-order anyone that signs up after August the 22nd if there's a spot available. I wouldn't want to take a chance. You'll just have to take a chance that we'll have a shirt that fits you. But if you sign up before August the 22nd, we'll guarantee your size. Or if you want to buy a shirt. That shirt, I called to inquire about a shirt, and Tony and I had a lot of discussion in the boat what we wanted to do with the shirt. And lo and behold, the good folks at Balance sent me that email and said, hey, I heard you talking about a shirt. I just wanted to send you a little reminder that we're here. And he threw that out there as an example. And we looked at it and said, hey, wow, that's our shirt. I mean, it just happened that easy. So they're that good.
Yeah, they are. They are definitely that good. And Dave Collins over at Balance Clothing Company, you and I both know they offer up a wonderful product, great folks to deal with, but they also do some really sweet vinyl work too. So I'm just going to kind of throw them a little plug out there too. They did wrap my boat, and I think a lot of ours that have a wrap, running a wrap right now, but they do a great job. Great folks over there.
And like I said, we'll give him a little free plug, but the guys that's interested in getting their boats wrapped, mine has been on there for 5 years maybe, or 6, and no more than I wash it. It's held up real well, and it's getting ready to get a makeover.
Nice. Anytime something new for the boat is exciting, so that's fun for sure. Did have a question pop up, and I think you kind of answered that. Got a question. Do you see any CPR, catch, photo, release tournaments in the Trail of Dreams Tournament Series future? I know that is not exactly where things are going, but if need be, would Trail of Dreams be willing to offer that kind of product if they had to? I know you said that kind of have to adapt to what you're giving.
We're more than willing. We're going to go fishing. Our guys are going to have the opportunity to fish, whether it's 1 or 100 boats. Now, with that being said, we do have state-of-the-art, the best fish keeping equipment. Our fish tank is probably the best short of anyone local, but we've got state-of-the-art stuff. And Bob did a great job at taking care of the fish, and we'll continue to do that. That's something he started, and by far it's the best around. So we still want people to bring fish in and hold them up, but if we can't do that, CPR will be where we'll go. We're going to have our tournaments.
Yeah, you definitely have to adapt.
I loved it. I was, it's a great way. I called you 1,000 times. So
Hey man, how do I upload this? How do I log in?
Yeah.
But you know what? That's part of something new. It is intimidating as all get out.
You can sit at home or you can go have fun. Tony can tell you we took about 50 pictures of every fish we caught.
Well, there's a lot of kayak anglers out there that can relate to that and definitely get a good laugh out of just how difficult it really is and the extra step that it adds. But man, let's talk just a little bit. We've heard your take on what's going on for the trail coming up in September, what the team is going to build on what Bob has always offered, a wonderful product. But give us a little insight on next year, what you may be able to share. I know someone asked, listen, what about the Pro-Ams? The Pro-Ams were a wonderful opportunity, in my opinion. You and I spoke a lot about it before, but and I did fish them like you did, but it's a wonderful product that's something a little bit different to offer maybe some anglers that want that next step of level of competition. What's the word on the Pro-Ams for next year?
Everything at Trail of Dreams is subject to change until we put it in print. When we put it in print, it will be the holy grail of tournaments for us. We'll be men of our words. Nothing changes midstream. The word around, I personally like the Pro-Ams. I felt like we could have done a whole lot more to promote it. When I say promote it, promote the anglers. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Do we need to look at the cost of it? Yeah. So if we have it, it's probably going to be a little less expensive. And we've already been talking to some people about helping with media coverage and making some moves. But yeah, I think it's time for us to have the local guys, give them a little more exposure, but give them a chance to fish a little bit more like a pro. So I'm a fan of the Pro-Ams. Yeah.
I gotta agree with you on that. One, we're at a disadvantage, and we all know this. I talk about this a lot. We all know it's nothing new. Plagued by small water, tough fishing on occasion. We see a lot of good bags always weighed almost every tournament, so the fish are there. It's not as easy to go catch them and compared to if you went down south somewhere and go catch a bunch of 2 to 4 pounders, or go to Erie or where you're heading here, a little annual trip coming up, that you can go just catch a bunch of quality fish. We know what we're dealt with here. So I think we all sit back and think, man, what can we do to grow tournament community or tournament fishing in and around West Virginia, even if we have to travel a few hours away? If you saw my post there the other week, we got a lot of anglers. The average seemed to be somewhere from that 2 to 4 hour range. Anglers are willing to travel one way. So it's exciting to know that a lot of anglers are excited and interested in fishing a potential trail that you might have to travel around a little bit, but knowing the exposure we as an angler might get, not being an actual pro on the elite level, is exciting, knowing that we see other states offer that kind of product. Alabama Bass Trail is just name one, Wild West Bass Trail, but they do a great job offering a wonderful product, and it's really no different than what we're all fishing anyways, but they really reach a big market, expose the anglers on a wonderful level to give the credit where it's deserved for these anglers just out there putting in the work. So I think it's definitely an exciting avenue to explore as an option for us anglers. That's an exciting opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a fan of it and think it will be. And I think, we're going to keep it local next year. I'm not saying every one of our tournaments will be local. We've all got a vision, and, Trail of Dreams can grow. So we're not going to be afraid to try things. I'll say that right now. But the Pro-Ams for next year will be local, 50 guys max. The last year we had 25 guys that showed up. I don't think anyone complained. And what was funny was we were up Fairmont, and Steve Marks, who's a great guy, he was like, I loved them, man. I thought that was a great idea. And that's little, if you followed it, everybody, he would have loved them if he would have lost. But Steve is a very accomplished angler, so it was,
wonderful angler, and he absolutely put the hammer down at Stonewall on a really tough bite, then come back, won another one, right? I think, or in the finish in the top. I think he won back to back.
He fished, I guess.
Yeah. But anyone at home, like I said, we have some comments rolling in. Brad West throws out that if there is a Pro-Am series, definitely interested in offering up something for the Angler of the Year or non-boater side, just relay that information. Well,
You know,
thanks for that comment, Brad.
Yeah, we're going to offer a lot of products, but here's the deal with products is you can't go dividing up the entry fees to pay for them. We got to have partners. Partners is what some people might call sponsors. We've got a presenting sponsor, presenting partner coming right along with us next year. Freedom has been the biggest friend of the trail, meaning been faithful, been here for many years, and we hope to continue that relationship. And JD Enterprises, Brent Tire, Mark's, Rodney. But Bass Pro Cabela's, they're excited about being involved with Trail of Dreams. They contacted us, and we've already had a couple meetings. So, but along with these sponsors comes new products.
Yeah,
it's easy to give. It's easy to have the Angler of the Year. It's easy to have the championship. But with Tony's vision, my vision, and if we do the right things, these partners will come, and we can give those programs. We're not going to be afraid to give back. We're too proud for that. We're anglers. We want to win. The only competition that Tony and I have now is, and I hate to say it, we don't want to compete with some of our other friends, but it's like fishing. We want to be the best at what we do. We don't get to be anglers. We want to be the best tournament providers.
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely relate, and I have no doubt that you all will be able to succeed in those efforts and future endeavors with the trail for sure, in wonderful hands. And it's exciting to see, and I know a lot of other anglers are just really excited to see that the trail will continue on. And you said something that I had a wonderful conversation, and I've had this conversation with multiple anglers, but Brad West, great buddy, everyone knows him, is relaying the information to me from the up on the Ohio River Valley area. But the conversation kind of led to, how do we grow tournament fishing in and around our area? And you just said it, partners, and I'm a huge fan of calling it a partner. Obviously, it's somebody stepping up as a business or a group to help sponsor an event, but those are the things that really take bass fishing, competitive bass fishing, to the next level as far as exposure for the anglers, for the trail, for the local communities. And you might be able to weigh in a little bit on this, and I know we're kind of getting off topic from the trail in general, but your experience, you've traveled around, you've fished some opens before, and some really large tournaments. Do you feel as well that we're lacking a little bit as far as growth in the tournament community and support from the communities, just because they haven't got involved in being able to see what we as bass anglers can offer to a community?
Well, and I hate to say, it's the old saying, we're our own worst friends. I've spoke to a lot of the CVBs and a lot of the community leaders and people, and West Virginia still don't get it. We're a bunch of hillbillies fishing. Well, we're not. Collectively and combined, we're a huge group. We have people from every profession, every walk of life, without getting political, every party. We represent everybody in a big way. We come to a community, there's a lot of studies that show what kind of impact it has. Now, what we can do to grow fishing is work together. We've already have relationships with other trails. And when I said compete, I don't mean compete to put them out of business, because I'm going to be fishing them. I want them to fill up as much as I want to fill up. But the way, our vision and the way we're going to grow Trail of Dreams is we want to keep earning all the guys that show the support to the trail, their faith, and let them know we can do a job. But we're going to fill our tournaments with up and coming guys. The guys that want to buy a boat, the guys that dream about being a bass fisherman, the guys that dream about, sit and watch Bassmasters like I did. The dreamers. We're giving them an avenue to experience big time fishing. But the communities and the cities, the municipalities, they don't understand the impact. They don't respect it like they do in other states. And I'm not going to talk bad about our state, but until we can educate them, and Ken and the leaders at Bass Nation can testify, they run into it with the school systems. we're our own worst enemies. But with that said, we just continue to kick along and do what we can.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
there's a few cities, we fish Bass Nation. I'm not familiar with who all it is, Marion County, but whatever shows up and supports, because they understand what it means for us all to show up and stay at a motel and eat dinner and, get out there on the water and burn up hundreds of dollars of gasoline.
Yeah, well, and they do. Marion County Commission, they support it. They know what they have right in their backyard, and they really are a great example to follow from a lot of communities and municipalities for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of cities and towns that can benefit.
Yeah, it's we just got to try to educate them and hope for the best. And we're a poor state, and cities, but they can do a little. That means a lot. I mean, I don't want to talk bad about our great state, but we can cross any river and they'll roll out the red carpet. And they will call and say, hey, what can we do to help you?
Well, and when we're bringing in 100 anglers a tournament, and there's a lot of tournaments that bring in large number of boats, and you start talking about the economic impact, and like I said, there's tons of formulas that we can figure out exactly the dollar amounts, but it's huge money being brought into local communities from our lakes. I mean, you go up, like you said, Summersville right now. They are now putting a limit on who they're letting coming in to the number of people coming into Battle Run. They're just overloaded with people right now coming to use our waters. So we know there's an economic impact, and I firmly believe if we all work as a community of anglers, of tournament anglers together, oh man, we could definitely do wonders to offer up more for ourselves so we can start benefiting from the amount of work that we put into traveling around to these communities and lakes and fishing and proving the work what the DNR has done for all the anglers in the state over the years. To provide good fisheries and to know that, hey, we're definitely a group of people that you can't forget about. And like I said, that's not, like you said, that's not bashing anybody. It's a lack of knowledge and experience because we are so small in and around West Virginia to really know the potential positive impact the tournament can have on a local community.
Right. And they it's pretty much, some of the communities we're the only game in town. They have the lake. So why should they give us anything? We're coming regardless.
Yeah.
So, and that's, we don't have a wide variety to say, hey, we're going to go here instead of coming there. They don't have to bid for us. But when you have someone that says, yeah, you can stand on our sidewalk and call boat numbers, but it's going to cost you $500. They don't understand what we do as a community.
Yeah.
I will never take the angler's money and pay $500 to call boat numbers.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, and it's true, and that's the stuff fishermen don't need to know. We'll never let that stuff but I'm just saying that's the things that go on behind the scene. And the deal with Trail of Dreams is, and you said, and Bob was adamant about no interest or no membership fees. And with no membership fees, we have nothing to fund our organization. Without these partners and the small portion that we keep, everybody industry standards, 80% payout. So, but it takes a lot to run a trail, and that's what people don't understand. I'm not going to, and I probably shouldn't get on this, but we'll just be upfront with everyone. We're not going to spend our own money to give you a tournament, nor are we going to make any money. I mean, much, but it takes about $600 to $800 to put on a Trail of Dreams tournament.
Oh, easy.
Paying, staying, and the chemicals alone are about $60 or $70 to put on those fish. So times that by 8. The insurance is, astronomical to have for an event, the tournament. And there's just a lot of expense that people overlook. We're not a tailgate trail, so therefore we got to cover all the bases.
Yeah, yeah. And if you want to offer a great product for like Trail of Dreams Tournament Series always has, it takes money to fund those things. It'd be crazy to think that it just comes out of thin air. somebody has to pay for the chemicals. Somebody has to pay for the gas, getting the equipment back and forth. You're talking about 2 trailers. A lot goes into that. Oh, my gosh.
There's a lot, and I'm not trying to get on, and I don't want to cast a negative vibe, that's for sure.
No. And that's not what
it takes a lot to run a tournament trail, and that's where these great partners come in handy. Yeah. Just like, up there, we're going to have a cookout, and, everybody's going to get more they can eat. And so we're planning on 250 people because, there's some families show up. That's a lot of food. If you happen to be there as part of the TOD crew, you might get a steak about 2 o'clock while you guys are fishing.
Well, man, let me ask you this. We've covered a lot. What are you most, and the rest of the team, most excited about going forward? I know the September tournament is exciting, and it's a way to reward the anglers that have supported the trail for many, many years, and also just celebrating the amount of work and dedication Bob and Vickie always showed to make, and it always made everyone feel welcome. Always made me feel welcome as a new guy showing up at tournaments, and always meant a lot to me. But what are you all as a team most excited about moving forward?
And I'm glad you said as a team. We are a team, and I'm excited about working with my friends. And me and Keller, he's always said we're partners. We do. That's just kind of a little catchphrase that we got. And but we're excited. We were given we were given Trail of Dreams. We didn't have to create it. It's here. And the excitement comes from not only maintaining what we have, but putting our vision behind it. We, between him and I think we got right now, we're at 10 million and one ideas. So we'll put them all in a basket, shake them up, and see what works. And I believe enough people know both of us that we've been around for a while that, that we'll have a little bit of confidence that we can pull off some of this stuff. But I'm just excited. I'm not excited about not fishing, but I'm excited about just seeing some of our ideas come to life and continuing on with Trail of Dreams and working with the guys. Our mission is we're going to have fun, or else it's going to be.
And that's the main thing. You've said that from the start in that video there the other day. The main thing is the team is going to have fun interacting with the anglers, have fun at the weigh-ins, at the tournament in general.
You're going to see us laugh. We always did. Poor Bob was met with a lot of misfortunes in his life, and last year or so was rough for him, and we mourned his loss with him and mourned the loss of him. But this is we're coming back stronger and better. And, we'll always have our friend in our memories. But, after we celebrate him, we're going to move on. And Trail of Dreams is going to be, someone asked today, what are y'all going to call it? It's Trail of Dreams Tournament Series. Yeah. Always has been. That's what Bob named it. And that's what we are, Trail of Dreams now. So we're next generation in our eyes, and we're going to bring it. There's not a day goes by that we don't discuss it.
Well, and that's an exciting time, I think, for everyone at home that are finally getting some answers to their questions of what's going to happen with the trail, are definitely just as excited as I am to be able to show up on September the 19th. Like I said, we're going to throw this up for you all. Right there, September 19th, 7 to 4 Summersville Lake, $120 entry, a 100 boat field. You want to definitely get your entries in ASAP to lock in your spot. Definitely get that T-shirt size that you want. But man, I'm excited. I'm excited for the future of Trail of Dreams. I'm excited to see what yourself and the rest of the team of guys is going to offer up, and I'm confident that it's going to be a wonderful product, and it's really going to be something we all can be proud of as anglers in our area, and definitely giving the anglers the exposure, a lot of exciting things. I think I can speak for a lot of the community on that. But I want to thank you for your time tonight, Lyle. Really do, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And, none of this could be possible without the anglers, the guys showing up, And early on, Bob used to always tell me it's about the anglers, because I'd have a million ideas and he'd reel me back in. So now Tony and I have to reel each other in, the other guys. We got these ideas. It's about the anglers. It's about the fish. And the rest of it will take care of itself. It's just the tournament. But we're going to, every tournament's going to be an event. Every tournament's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. We're going to have the type of tournament that's good for the seasoned angler and the guys that we get a lot of calls, people saying, hey, what do I do? Well, show up. We'll help you.
Yeah.
We'll tell you what to do.
Yeah. And the trail's always been like that. Trail of Dreams, I've talked about it on here before in reference to a good buddy of mine that was so nervous showing up to his first large tournament, with 50-plus boats. He shows up there 70, 80 boats on the Ohio River, and he's thinking, oh, my gosh, what did I get myself into? But there was always someone there to help guide you along, point you in the right direction, help you bike down a trailer in a boat in the water. It's always been like that, and that's something that always made me feel extremely comfortable and proud to be a part of as an angler as well, man. So definitely kudos and congratulations and much respect for everything Bob and Vickie and the whole team has done over the years, and to see the future, the next generation of guys of you all stepping up and to help impart your ideas on top of his, and really see something grows exciting for us all. So, man, I want to give you an opportunity, like I do everyone. Any final shout-outs, any thank yous, or anything to anybody else before we let you go this evening? All right, I might have lost connection there just a little bit. We'll see if he comes back on. But while we wait on Lyle's connection there, I want to thank you all. Make sure you drop your questions in the comments to any questions for Trail of Dreams Tournament Series. Maybe something you might want to see. I think they're always open for recommendations on what the angler would like to see. We lost Lyle, unfortunately, but we want to thank Lyle Atkins, Trail of Dreams Tournament Series team, for joining us this evening and really going into the future of Trail of Dreams. I want to thank all of you at home for always tuning in. I appreciate Lyle and the whole team for allowing me this opportunity to bring them on and interview them. You all know my dream, my vision of Dog Talk. Recognizing the anglers, if we can get more attention on our bass fishing in and around West Virginia that we all can benefit from, especially future generations, that's a must and a top priority for me. We got a lot of work to do. We have a wonderful, beautiful state to enjoy, and there's a ton of folks that would enjoy it just as much as us. So I want to thank you all, as always, for tuning in. I'm your host, Shane Raines. Make sure to share this video. You can always find all these videos and more on Facebook at Dog Talk West Virginia, and of course on YouTube. We try to cross-post every video to YouTube at Dog Talk West Virginia as well. Like I said, I want to thank the fine partners and sponsors of the upcoming giveaway, and of course is Ridge Runner Rods, Dwight Walls. Going to throw in a custom rod for the winner. JT's Custom Jigs got a nice package put together. Elevation Sports, of course, has 6 Hog Trough t-shirt combos. And, of course, Bass Nation, our great friends over there, Ken Hackworth, the entire delegate crew, and everyone involved at that wonderful organization for their wonderful hats. But I hope you enjoyed this live. Kind of flip through some of these comments. I know we lost Lyle, unfortunately. Got this new software is acting up, so got a few audio bugs I'm having to work out. But appreciate his time. Thank you all for joining me. Share this video, like this video, and make sure you follow the page for more information and coverage just like this. As always, you know what I always say. We'll see you next time, and we'll see you on the water. Y'all have a great night.